To the top, here I go, think I'm chosen to be the king of rock, think the people have spoken. I can hear the tick-tock of the clock, I'm in motion. So now I'm gonna pop, causing all this commotion.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Fat Boy Cartel podcast. We're going to do a trailer reaction for the new Venom Let There Be Carnage trailer that came out yesterday, I guess, by the time you see this video. So we're going to watch it, let you know what we think about it, and the movie in general. So we're going to watch it. And here we go, and now. This is so...
I say either. You guys say either. I say neither.
Brandon.
I say neither.
I don't know why that makes me laugh.
Let's
The voice.
Apparently that's Tom Hardy doing the voiceover.
Catch up.
I mean,
Yummy.
fair enough.
Yummy. Chocolate and tater tots.
Good evening, Eddie.
Hey, Mrs. Chen.
Good evening, Venom.
Person how, Mrs. Chen.
He says hi.
Hell. Good song selection for
Thinking about you, Eddie.
this story.
Because you and I are the same. Every decision we ever make. Who do we leave behind? And how do we leave them? Waiting in the darkness for the rescuer who never comes.
Oh, he smashed the spider.
Welcome back, Eddie Brock.
Little symbolism
It's
there.
a long time.
A little bit.
Darkness
Miss you
for the hero that never
so
comes.
much.
Yeah. Again, they're teasing it all the heck, man.
They are.
Lethal injection, that doesn't work. I gotta admit, the CG is pretty legit on these, the symbiotes.
Chaos soon come.
It's fucking dope.
The money shot, right there.
yes.
That's the whole thing this trailer hinges on, right there.
There be carnage.
The chocolate delivery hasn't arrived yet.
No!
We had a deal.
What's gonna happen? You gonna stop protecting me?
I am happy to eat, Mrs. Chen.
No, you cannot eat, Mrs. Chen. What? Nothing?
I'm sorry, Tom Holland is a fucking national treasure.
It,
Oh, you cannot, Mrs. Chen.
no.
What? Nothing.
Well, and here's what I want to say about the comedy. Going into the first film, I did not expect the comedy they threw into it. The chocolate and tater tots, or, you know, just, I don't know.
Is that a pile of heads over in the corner?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was good. Or the everybody's favorite scene, the people online obviously criticized the fact that he jumped in a lobster tank and ate a live lobster when he was freaking out. Which I've heard might have been an improv scene. I'm not sure. But even so, some of that stuff going into a Venom movie, the first time took me out of it a little bit because I didn't know what to expect, and I got some of this comedic element that I wasn't really looking for. But I'm looking at the sequel now that I've seen the first one, and now that I've come to terms with that, I'm looking at the sequel kind of like a Deadpool type situation.
Here's the thing, though. Eddie Brock isn't a bad person.
Right.
I get it, but like Venom, the deal with the Venom suit itself, it doesn't make you inherently bad.
No.
Venom wanted a way out, and he saw, Tom Hardy's character or Eddie Brock as a means to survive.
Right.
So again, Venom isn't inherently bad either. Now, depending on who he attaches himself to, then
Right.
it's
The
still
symbiote and all that.
see
Yeah.
with Carnage and Riot and who was in the last one.
Yeah, Riot was the villain of the last film.
But by far, I believe Carnage is the worst out of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's been multiple
Yes.
iterations in the comics where like Venom and SpiderMan have to team up and to take because he's too powerful.
Hell, in one of the comics, Venom works for fucking Shield. Agent Venom, or I think it's
Right. I mean,
So it's not like he's an anti-hero, obviously. He's not,
Well, yeah.
So the comedic elements of it, I guess, to me, are yes, along the lines of Deadpool, but the difference is Deadpool, Wade Wilson was a smart ass to begin with.
Right.
Well, yeah.
And, the Deadpool character, well, you as you know what happens to him, the Weapon X program or whatever, it just kind of fucked him up even more. And
Yeah, that's
Deadpool.
From what I've understand about the symbiote known as Venom, and any of its offspring, is it enhances you,
Yes.
or it takes a part of you and enhances it. Much like whether we like it or not, the only iteration of Venom we've gotten live action is from Spider-Man 3.
Topher Grace, which
you look at how it affected Peter in that movie, it took just that little bit of arrogance he's had as being Spider-Man, is what I'm assuming.
Yeah, it amplified
and just amplified it.
Yeah.
Eddie Brock, same thing.
And I'm not gonna lie, when I saw the first Venom film, obviously my exposure to the Venom character on film, that was the only one, the Topher Grace version. But so I think when I walked into the movie, I was thinking, okay, kind of like that, but just better. But I didn't, like I said, the comedy threw me off. But now that I know that's coming and they're going to lean into it, because a lot of people actually enjoyed that from the first film. First film made a lot of money despite some of its criticisms. So I think they're taking what they did and they're going to do it again. So I kind of wonder if maybe if you did not like the first film, you're probably not going to like the sequel. But I'm interested to see what Andy Serkis does with this, being as I believe it's his only third film he's ever directed. And we know how his motion capture stuff with Gollum from the Lord of the Rings, and obviously he's had roles in Black Panther as Claw and a lot of high profile films. So he's not foreign to a big blockbuster film. But the director's chair is a little new to him, but I'm interested to see where this goes. Absolutely.
I am too.
Yeah. So, but I
like I said, I enjoy the comedic element. Because at the end of it, you'll get all the seriousness you can out of Carnage. So,
yeah.
I mean, as for Spider-Man, obviously there's always been rumors for years he was going to cross over into the Venom verse, or the Sony Spunk, as they call it, SPUMC, the Sony Pictures universe of Marvel characters. And Kevin Feige's even said Spider-Man is the only character in Marvel as of now that has the ability to jump from universe to universe. So they've obviously teased that Spider-Man could show up in Morbius, Venom, or Venom could maybe even cross over into some Spider-Man movies if Sony does their own. I don't think he's coming into the MCU anytime soon. But Andy Serkis did say that in this film, Venom and Carnage are unaware that a Spider-Man even exists. It's in its old world. So, but again, we all know that Spider-Man No Way Home in December is supposed to be a multiverse film. What happens if he crosses over into the Venom world, or in the future will do so because he'll learn how to go to different universes? There's always that possibility. So because we know from the Morbius trailer that Michael Keaton's Vulture is in that film. So that's clearly an MCU character who's in the Morbius movie. Now, how that works out now that Morbius has been pushed back to after Spider-Man No Way Home, when it was supposed to come out beforehand, they may have had to re-edit some stuff, but never say never when it comes to crossovers. But as of right now, we have no info. So, but we'll see. Any other thoughts on the trailer before I go?
No, I mean, like I said, I'm interested to see.
Yeah.
I mean, Woody, I don't know if I said this while recording. Woody Harrelson, though, is to me the perfect guy to cast.
Yeah.
He fits from any iteration I've seen of what Cassius Cletus, or whatever the fuck his name, Cassius, or I don't know.
Cletus Cassidy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
No. But yeah, to me, the movie hinges on.
From all media that I've seen of the character, Harrelson seems to be looking perfect for it, with red hair, and we all know Woody Harrelson can get a bit crazy if you've seen the Zombieland movies.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And obviously a lot of people want to see the white spider emblem on the Venom suit. They did show a shot in here where I think it was Cletus who smashed a spider. Could be nothing, but what if they're trying to experiment with spiders in this world, And maybe somehow that's how Venom gets the spider. I mean, it probably would not please a lot of comic fans based on the stories, but never say never. But yeah, I do think this movie greatly hinges on what they do with Carnage, whether they get him right. I think you've got a Venom that people can accept for good or worse or whatever, but I think it all depends on that.
That whole spider thing was him making a reference, like he said,
Yeah.
like it was cut in there. You wait for a hero that doesn't show, and he smacks them and kills the spider.
Wink, wink to the audience, little Easter egg. Maybe that's all it is,
Yeah.
or it could be a tease for greater things to come. But what do you guys? Oh, go ahead.
I mean, like with the Venom thing, I don't know. Like, I'm not well versed in the comics, but I know in the old Spider-Man cartoon, that's how Venom got the powers, is because the suit was on Peter first.
Yeah, right. So, like I said, I don't know if that would.
So I don't know how any of that'll play into this universe, or
It may not at all until they cross over Spider-Man at some point.
yeah.
So that's always a possibility. But what do you guys think about the Venom Let There Be Carnage trailer that was released? Comment down below. Let us know. Hit that like and subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get all the notifications about when we put up new content on our channel. And until our next video, guys, take care.
Yeah, ready to go, man, lock and load. That's right, I swear to God that I can drop it, bro. Yeah, I got a shot and I ain't stopping, no. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable.